both parties give a good debate, but the problem is they don't basically tell you exactly where all this money's coming from, regards to 2 million waiting appointments, 40,000 new police officers. No, nothing's ever clarity with any government, with any party. They can never give you a full 100% answer to say the money's come from here, here, or here, or it's going to take you 5 years, 4 years, 3 years to do this and this. No one ever gives you a straight answer in any government. So, is Keir Starmer going to be better? Probably not. If he's going to prove what he says and it happens, fair play. But if it doesn't, then we're back to another 4 years of, unbroken promises as usual.
I'm delighted for Labour. I'm delighted for the Greens. I think they've got great policies. That's what we need. They're young. The Greens are young, and they really know what we need as a country. But reform, that is just appalling. That really is appalling. So I'm hoping that that's the best they ever do. And we just have to wait and see. These are tough times for Labour to correct. But I think they've got the integrity to do it.
It was expected, so I'm not disappointed. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think any of it's relevant, because the Labour Party are going to be the Conservatives light. They've supported the genocide for 9 months, which for me is a red line. I would never vote for a party or be happy a party is in power if they support a genocide and arm a genocide and make that genocide possible, because the important thing people need to remember, the Labour Party didn't only just support the genocide, they stopped us having any opposition in Parliament, really. The official opposition through 9 months of genocide has been on the side of the government, so we've had no way of expressing the people's opposition within a parliamentary system.
We've had 5 independents who ran on a pro-Gaza platform. What do you make of them winning?
Well, I just read that 4 pro-Gaza independents have beaten Labour candidates, which is amazing. You also have Andrew Feinstein in Holborn and St Pancras, who was he came second with 19% of the vote, which was amazing result. And then you had Jeremy Corbyn absolutely destroying Labour in Islington North. You had Liam Mohammed in Ilford North coming second, but by 500 votes. So this is the start of something. Do
you really think so?
I believe so, because the independence movements, these independents are not going anywhere. For a long time in British politics, we've had this two-party system which has restricted the ability of talent to rise to the surface. And now we have an opportunity to see what kind of talent we have in our country. Liam Mohammed is 23 years old. She just became within 500 votes of beating Keir Starmer's closest ally.
With the rise of reform, them getting over 4 million votes, 4 seats in Parliament, third place when it comes to the vote share, do you think this would push the Labour government when it comes to issues like immigration? Would it push them to the right a bit more?
Yes, I think, and it already has. Even in opposition, we're waiting to see what they're going to do in government, but they've given a hint of it in opposition. They haven't really opposed the Tories' most racist policies at all. I mean, they even said they're going to keep the barges. They wouldn't. So they're playing the Daily Mail playbook already, and they're doing that to get into power. The pressures on them from the right are going to get even more intense when they're in power, and they're going to. These people have no principles. These people are suits. They're drones for the establishment, and they will do anything for power. And at the moment, that means feeding red meat to the right, and they will do it. So we need to make sure that the conversation is not guided by them.
To be honest, for someone like me, I lived my entire life in Gaza and just came here in the last years, it was a tough night. I almost didn't sleep.
Really?
It was a bit devastating for me. We all knew that Labour is going to win, but the way they won, like a massive landslide, and they took even more seats than the exit poll expected, it was a bit painful, because we've seen Labour endorsing this genocide for the last 9 months, and Keir Starmer actually saying that right has the right to cut food, water, everything from Gaza civilians, and you live in this society and this country where they actually a party that endorsing this massive win.
They say they corrected their position, Hamad. They say they corrected their position.
It's still like you always say what you actually believe in the first time. You can always change what you want the people like to understand afterwards. But still painful, like my entire family is there, and I was talking to my father last night, and I was like, Father, they look like they're gonna win, and he was like a bit devastated, because people in Gaza, even after the amount of lit down, like the entire world has lit them down and lit them being killed in this like awful way for the last 9 months. They still believe in war, they still believe in democracy, they still believe that actually international community could do something for them one day.
What do you think of the movement in general, the candidates who did run on a pro-Gaza platform, like this whole movement?
It makes me feel that people generally around the world and the British people, they still feel for humanity. They still feel like either Tories or Labour are not gonna help a problem or an issue like the Palestinian cause, and they voted for these people to enable their voice and to empower them and to let them make change. And it's amazing. And I think what we need to focus on in the future is like taking it from this moment, what we have now, and building and growing this, making British people more aware of what they could do and change through their votes to change in the world, and Palestine as an example.